Shalom, 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 my brothers and sisters of the nation of Israel, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another end of the week Sabbath class. I'm your brother Ananias.
Brother Ezekiel.
We are A.O.I, the Awakening of Israel. And as always, it's an honor and privilege to come before you each and every week to give you another edifying lesson. So we want to give a shout out to you brothers and sisters who tune in each week. Hey, keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Stay in that spirit, stay pushing toward the kingdom, ready and willing to learn and add toward your lives each and every day. And before we get started, we want to give our honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach being the Son who the world calls Christ. And in the Paleo Hebrew, that's what it's spoken in. But through extreme sacrifice and example, we are all able to be here today to be uplifted and edified in the spirit. So we appreciate everybody tuning in each week and those who will tune in later on, Lord willing. And want to start off by saying, remember to pray for your brothers and sisters as always. Got to stress that constantly, to our brothers and sisters, because sometimes we'll get narrow-minded or just forget due to our own things that we go through in our lives, our own journey, the paths and the trials and tribulations that we all go to. We got to remember that we got to continue to pray day in and day out for our nation, for the destruction of this wicked kingdom, but for the uplifting and healing of our brothers and sisters. So we got to constantly pray for our nation, regardless what you may feel or think. We have to constantly pray for the uplifting and the strengthening of our nation as a whole. So just want to bring that out, you know what I'm saying? But today's class is a little different, but we're going to try to bring it to you where you learn something nonetheless. It's called Good Times Mask the Dark Truths. Good Times Mask the Dark Truth. Now, as we all know, today Friday, what they would call Black Friday, but yesterday was Thanksgiving, which both days is what they try to combine and mask as good times. But those good times always tend to hide things that they have done in the dark. They try to hide what they have done in times of old or in the times of past and change the narrative to make it something to celebrate. Just as you see on the screen, you got the National Day of Mourning. We'll get into that to explain exactly what that is. We're going to go into some Black Friday history facts, the origin. We're even going to go into some recent things that are going on, including the DEI policies, which directly correlate or reference to affirmative action. But we're going to go into a few of these different topics, break down some things, give you some more understanding. But like I said, today's class is called Good Times Mask the Dark Truths. All right. So what we want to do now is go into just a few clips. Well, I got one or two clips, some articles, and then we're going to bring it out with the scripts as well. All right. So stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? Remember to take notes, follow along, share this content if you haven't already done so. But we appreciate everybody tuning in. We say Shabbat Shalom or Happy Sabbath to everybody tuning in. Don't get misconstrued and just trying to enjoy. I know a lot of us had these days off, but don't get caught up in that holiday spirit of Babylon the Great. Stay focused, stay dialed in, and do what's necessary. So follow along, take notes, and we're going to jump right into it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is this, let's go into this DEI. All right. Bear with me right quick. All right. We're going to go into DE&I. And what is actually the origin behind it? It's diversity, equity, and inclusion. DEI. And this is something that you probably have seen or heard going on in the news here recently. And it said it can be tracked back to the 1950s and 60s when social justice movements and legal changes began to reshape the corporate world. All right, so this is a policy, and I'm sure most of us have heard it, even at our workforce or work job, or at the workplace. You hear a bunch of movements where it's called diversity and inclusion, where they'll start. Let me just read on a little more. It says the Civil Rights Act of 1964 made it illegal to discriminate in hiring and promotion based on race, religion, sex, color, or national origin. For those who don't know, back during the 1950s and 60s, that was going on during the Civil Rights Movement, where you had Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and a lot of other civil rights activists putting in work to make change in Babylon the Great in society, to try to get rights put in place so that we as a nation, meaning the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the Israelites, according to the Bible, will have some type of rights here in this society. You know, the way they shape it on TV, they just say black folks were striving to be treated like humans. But it was us as a nation who was being done wrong, which would be the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It wasn't the Chinese or the Asian man being done wrong. It wasn't the East Indian man being done wrong here in Babylon the Great. It was us. The same ones who were put on those cargo slave ships and forced to come over here and be spread and shipped all around the world, used to build up their kingdoms and empires. We were the ones that were fighting for some type of civil right, to be treated like a human. So during this time frame, they came up with the diversity, equity, and inclusion policy, which is similar to the affirmative action policy that they came up with, or replaced it, which basically they used to be able to use or not to be able to discriminate against us based on race, religion, sex, color, or national origin. Now, one thing we need to keep in mind when listening to these things, or when doing any type of research behind it, you'll understand that when they put these things in place, it wasn't just based on us. It was other nations trying to slide in the back, you know, ride on our coattails, so to speak, in order to put their agendas in place. That's why you have race, religion, sex, color, or national origin, excuse me. Now, you would think race is the same thing as color. But then they put religion in there. That's why you have so many different religions. You got sex in there. It's only 2. But nowadays, it's over 30 of them. You know what I'm saying? Your national origin, all of these different things that they put in motion behind the scene just to allow us to be able to get a job, to be oppressed. Think about that. We as a people, we just wanted to live and be, we didn't want to be bothered. Just give us an opportunity to work, to pay a bill, to live the so-called American dream. We just wanted an opportunity to do so. But they made it so hard for us that we had to fight and protest and give our lives on that matter. You know what I'm saying? But during that process, when they gave us the right or changed their law, they gave it to us thinking that, hey, we can add all of this into this policy or into this act, and they will never pay attention to it. They'll just be happy with the fact that they're able to eat in the same restaurant with us, that they're able to work in the same building with us. Not knowing truly that behind the scenes, they was actually plotting so that they can put any type of religion in place where you couldn't discriminate against that. The different sexes, anybody could get any type of job, regardless who they are, the color or the origin. So this was put in place, and it says to reshape the corporate world. The corporate world. Now, as of recent, you might have seen in the news that Walmart is doing away with it. And because they doing away with it, a lot of people taking taking offense to it. They protesting. They hitting the streets to go against it, because a lot of different companies in the corporate world are doing away with this diversity, equity, and inclusion policy. And I want to show this video right quick. Where is it?
Hey, could I say something right fast?
Go ahead, King. Let me find the video while you talk.
All right, yeah, I just wanted to say it, just like the other nationalities, our other enemies, and we all know our number one enemy is Esau, and like he said, they're trying to do away with the with EDI
DEI.
DEI. I'm sorry, trying to do away with the DEI, and once Esau do away with it or try to do away with it, they give the green light to all our other enemies as well, because all our other enemies, they follow right in suit with Esau. But once they do it, once Esau do it, everybody else gonna fall in line.
That's right.
So that's what you have to understand. Because these other nations come over here and they own corporations and businesses too, where they do a lot of hiring. So once Esau do away with it, they gonna follow right behind Esau and follow suit.
Right. All right. Let me play this video right quick. Let me know if you can hear it. You hear it?
Nah, not right now.
My colleagues on both sides of the aisle, I'm an original co-sponsor of this bill, and I've noted some of the
This is some politicians basically speaking about DEI, and the effects of it in America right now. But pay attention. We're gonna play about a minute, then we're gonna skip forward just to give you some context as to what's going on. So you hear who's speaking. This is Esau speaking.
comments here, and I believe we should take a step back and ask ourselves, what do we seek in our republic regarding individual rights, liberties, and freedoms? I mean, do you believe in those core tenets of our republic or not? We have an opportunity before us with this bill to push back against it. The ranking member mentioned a sweeping attack. Yes, this is what we have suffered. We have suffered as a nation a sweeping attack against equality. That's exactly what we're fighting against. Another colleague mentioned oppression and degradation. It's exactly what we're.
Now, when he's going back, now if you listen to this video, he said you would think that he's speaking on behalf of black people where they have been discriminated against. But as you pay attention, as the video plays a little further, you'll realize that he's speaking on how he feels that his people, his nation, are being discriminated against due to DEI. Go ahead and play it, bro.
We're pushing back against. This is a bill.
Really?
Equality. That's exactly what we're fighting against. Another colleague mentioned oppression and degradation. It's exactly what we're pushing back against. This is a bill that eliminates government-sponsored oppression of individual rights, liberties, and freedoms in the land of the free. Freedom of opportunity, not result. And reflected upon the gentleman's comments of our former colleague, former Representative Gates, he's not here to defend himself. So let me speak on his behalf for all Americans accused of any crime at any level. I refer you again to our Constitution. Every American has the right to be recognized as innocent until proven guilty.
That ain't the case when it's coming down to the Israelites. You know,
Right.
even though he's trying to make a case for his people
Mm-hmm.
or quote unquote American, we on the other hand are always guilty till proven innocent. You know what I'm saying? It's everything is in reverse fashion when it comes down to us. But you want to skip on the 5 minutes?
Fast forward, yeah. You can hold up, go back. Hear some of her talk. Cause we need to hear her because she don't play. All right, stop it right there.
Over the word oppression, and every time that you said it, it was almost as if I was hearing nails on a chalkboard, because it seems like you don't understand the definition of oppression, and I'd ask you to just refer to Google to help you out. Oppression is the prolonged, cruel, or unjust treatment or control. That is the definition of oppression. And so, as I sit here as a Black woman who practiced civil rights, let me tell you the reason that my colleagues wanted to make sure you understood the same Black history that your side of the aisle wants to delete out of classrooms is because you can then misuse words like oppression. There has been no oppression for the white man in this country. You tell me which white men were dragged out of their homes. You tell me which one of them got dragged all the way across an ocean and told that you are going to go and work. We are going to steal your wives. We are going to rape your wives. That didn't happen. That is oppression. We didn't ask to be here. We're not the same migrants that y'all constantly come up against. We didn't run away from home. We were stolen.
You know?
So yeah, we are going to sit here and be offended when you want to sit here and act like and don't let it escape you that it is white men on this side of the aisle telling us, people of color on this side of the aisle, that y'all are the ones being oppressed, that y'all are the ones that are being harmed. That's not the definition of oppression. You tell me the prolonged, cruel, or unjust treatment that you've had, and we can have a conversation.
You could start with Exodus.
The final thing that I will say.
Did you hear what he said?
Start with X.
He said you could start with the book of Exodus. Now, what would he be implying with it?
Right.
That they are the people of the book. Just because Esau made a movie, damn 10 Commandments, they think that they were the actual people being oppressed. That's what the Israelites. That's who we were.
That's right. Hey,
We
brother
were
Frank.
the Israelites being oppressed and had to
Frank,
flee up out of Egypt. Go ahead, King.
I'm sorry. Let's get Jeremiah 16:19 right fast. Jeremiah 16:19.
All right. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 19. And it reads, O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in that day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and the things wherein there is no profit.
You see that? So surely his fathers have inherited lies, and those lies have been taught down from that point in time up until now. He still is inheriting a lie that was taught to his father, and it will continue to be taught from generation to generation. Lies that they are the people of the book. Those people were his people, who we think are the ones that was in Exodus, that was freed by Moses, exiting out of Egypt. He think those was his people. But if you read the Bible, you'll know that's a lie, because his people don't fit the curses of the people who were actually led out of Egypt in the exile.
Right.
So they let you know he just read. Only thing he read or look at is something that his people has taught him. He's really not reading the Bible. But you got it.
I was trying to find the Yeah. This who he referring to. This movie came out in the let me see. When did this movie come out? In the 1950s. 1956 to be exact. This movie came out. And every time you see a movie regarding the Bible, everybody in that movie is always regarded to be a so-called white man. You know, these are the same individuals who have control over everything. All right. Who run the media, who run the record labels, who control everything for the most part. When you read Job 9:24, it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right. So they teach lies. They have been teaching lies since they came out of the womb. You know what I'm saying? But it says, surely our fathers have inherited lies. These are the type of lies we're talking about. You know, if they ain't got no root, no understanding, they just look at what's on TV like majority of our people do. This is what you will grow up believing, just like I did before coming into this truth. I thought they were the people of the book, you know. And naturally, everybody thought that Christ looked like them because that was the image that was pushed all around the world. But when you actually open the book and read, when you actually open the Bible and read, you see that this is nothing but a lie. And then you realize and understand who we dealing with and that these individuals come straight out the womb speaking lies. The truth is not in them. You know what I'm saying? Let me go get that right quick. Let me get Jeremiah chapter 58:3. I mean Psalms 58:3, excuse me. When we start opening the Bible and reading, we start understanding who we dealing with. You know, how the Lord works and operates, but he also tells us about who we are and about the people that we are oppressed by. All right. Let me start at Psalms 58:2. It says, yea, in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. You see that? As soon as they be born, they go around speaking nothing but lies. So just as the title of this class goes, you know, where is it? The good times that they celebrate, they are actually, Salaki, the good times that they promote to us, celebrate, they mask dark truths. The dark truths that cover up the lies that they speak. You know, they don't want to tell how wicked they have been in times of old and time past. So they're going to continue to speak lies. And it says in verse 4, their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like deaf adder that stop at the ear. Now, watching this video with his sister going off on him, trying to tell him what's going on, what was his answer? When she said, you don't know nothing about being oppressed. You know what I'm saying? What was his answer? Go to Exodus. That'll tell you how we are, how our so-called white man been oppressed. Go to Exodus. Went right back to a lie to continue to do what? Poison the people, poison the ears of the people. It said they are like the deaf adder. That's a snake, a deaf snake that stops at the ear. And won't hear nothing we got to say. They just keep moving as a snake. They block everything we talk about. But when they speak, it's poison. Even though it may seem to be as smooth as butter, and they speak poison. Poisonous words. All right, but I'm going to go back to this video. Was it more on that video?
You can play about next 30 seconds, that's all.
All right.
On this particular issue, two things. There is an article from The Guardian, and it is a little old. It's from 2021. So I apologize. But it said that back then, just 3 years ago, white men represent 30% of the population, but 62% of office holders. These are the issues that we are constantly looking at and recognizing and trying to say, is this just? I can't even tell you how many white men have served in this chamber, but I can tell you that I am only the 55th Black woman to be elected to Congress. And so when you want to talk about history and pretend as if it was so long ago, it wasn't. Because again, I am just number 55.
Deep roots, big ambition.
You can let it go on there, brother. I want to bring out like we said, it said the wicked come out of the womb speaking live, you know, in Psalm 58:3. But let you know who the wicked is, go to Job 9:24 right fast.
Said Job 9:24.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Right. If not, where and who is he? We all know that the main culprit that runs the entire earth is Esau. So it says the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. And Psalm 58:3, it says he comes out of the womb speaking lies. The wicked comes out of the womb speaking lies. So they let you know that that is Esau that comes out of the womb speaking lies, meaning that he has been lying the whole time. We cannot trust nothing that this man says. That man said you can start with Exodus. As far as the people who have been being oppressed, that's a lie. These white people have never felt oppression. Not only the white people, the other nations that are our enemy, they have never been oppressed. When you look at all the people who have been oppressed at a high level, at a high level, it will always be the Israelites, because it was promised that we would be oppressed from the Most High. He did not promise that our oppressors would be oppressed. He promised that we, the Israelites, would be oppressed.
That's right.
But you got.
All right. Let me go find this article right quick. This is one, you know, I think it was last week at Walmart put out that they were going to be doing away with the DEI policy or that they had in place. It says Birmingham activists call for Walmart Black Friday boycott after DEI rollback. All right, let me blow it up a little bit. Says a group of Birmingham activists are calling for a boycott of local Walmart this Black Friday after the company announced this week it is eliminating some diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives nationwide. All right, the Roebuck group is made up of activists, faith leaders, and community members. It said in a news release where it urged Alabamians to stop spending money at the store on Friday. All right. We, as community members, recognize the power of our dollars, the organizers wrote. By choosing where it's spent, a clear message is sent that corporations must prioritize supporting and uplifting minority communities. On Monday, Walmart announced it is reversing course on diversity, equity, and inclusion initiative, joining a growing list of businesses retreating on DEI programs targeted by conservative activists. The world's biggest retailer will no longer consider race, gender to boost diversity when granting supplier contracts, and stop collecting demographic data when assessing financing eligibility. It also will curb racial equity training for staff, stop participating in rankings by LGBTQ advocacy group of the Human Rights Campaign, monitor marketplace items to make sure that the transgender products aren't targeted for minors, and review its support for Pride and other events, according to the Associated Press. So this is going into how Walmart said, "The hell with that. I ain't dealing with that no more." You know.
Hey, and don't think they doing it. That they're doing it because don't think that they're doing it and not want to do it. They really want to do it. They going with the flow. Whoever is in power, they're willing to do what whoever is in power wants them to do. Joe Biden in power, they'll uh go with DEI. Uh Trump getting power, if he want to go against it, they gonna go against it. Whoever in power, that's who they gonna follow.
Right.
It
But
really
one of
don't.
the main things that struck me was the fact that our people organized and decided they wanted to boycott because Walmart wanted to do away with it. In my opinion, yeah, you would think that that's a noble thing to do. But why aren't we as a nation or the community activists, why we ain't organizing to make sure that our people come back to being Israelites? Why we ain't coming together to make sure our people keeping the commandments? That we ain't killing each other? Why are we fighting against Walmart? Why are we fighting that? Why we ain't fighting to better our communities? That's what I don't understand about that. But the fact that Walmart want to do that, they say, hey, we going against that diversity, equity, inclusion. We ain't dealing with that no more. They ain't gonna do nothing but either get fined, have to pay some money, or they gonna keep pushing with it because somebody threatening to sue them. And
And
the
it
only
go,
reason they going against it is because of money factors. Or whoever in charge right now saying they ain't dealing with the alphabet boys, with the damn LGBTQ. They don't want to deal with that because they were saying they trying to remove that from being targeted at the minors.
and even
See,
if they do go against it for a minute, it's not gonna last long. They will
right.
eventually start back shopping right back at Walmart like nothing has happened. Like I was saying,
Mm-hmm.
back in during the civil rights movement, I think our people was a little bit more together when it comes to fighting for each other. Just like during the boycott, the bus boycott. Even though the bus boycott hurted people, there's a lot of people that really couldn't afford to do the bus boycott because they had to get back and forth to work. They took care of their house by getting to work on the bus to get to their job so they can take care of business at the house. But the majority of our people during that time, they were so more together than we are now, that even though they couldn't handle their business, they still stuck to the plan. We gonna not get on this bus. We're gonna boycott this bus. And they did it for as long as it took to see results. And once like we all know, uh Esau loves his money. When you mess with his money long enough, he gonna bend the knee. Just like he bent the knee to the people during the bus boycott, once they
Right.
boycotted so long. Um and the same way he'll bend the knee to us this day. If we come together as a whole, as a collective, and accomplish what we're trying to accomplish. But we so quick to give in so quick and not stick to the plan till they know this day and age we can't stick together. Just like we couldn't stick together with Colin Kaepernick knee. And like I was telling my wife, the NFL is maybe 75, 80% of blacks. And they couldn't even come together with that type of advantage to stick with Colin Kaepernick and stand by his side when he took a knee, they still decide, okay, we still gonna play football, even though this man and took a hit for all of us by taking a knee. He done took a hit. They're attacking him, and the majority of the people in the league couldn't even stand with this man and refuse to play unless he get his job back. And it wouldn't have took long for whoever the people who run in the NFL to give him his job back if everybody else would been like, we ain't playing until he get on the field.
Right.
He continue to play. So we have to come together in unity in order to see results, even when it comes to this boycotting Walmart.
That's right. But, you know, trying to wrap my head around and see what exactly they hope to gain from this. But, you know, we'll see in the future. Let me move on to the next article right quick. All right. Yeah, did. All right. So this DEI is basically was a replacement for the affirmative action movement that they put in place a few years back, a few decades back. And let me see, the U.S. Supreme Court ended affirmative action in higher education in June of 2023. So even from the 50s and 60s, they were using affirmative action to allow us to be able to go to different colleges, work in certain career fields, live in certain communities, and things of that nature. But it ended in 2023. All right. So this DEI act kind of took the place of it. And it really started taking effect, I want to say, right after the George Floyd situation. After that happened, you started seeing more and more and more and more of this diversity and inclusion movement that they were pushing. You can see it at your jobs. You can see it at the retail spots that you worked at. In every facet of life, you can see it taking place, you know. But the one thing we don't want to do as a nation of people, we don't want to get caught up in it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going into exactly what the scriptures say. Let me get Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17. We don't want to be caught up chasing behind what the enemy, our oppressor, will be able to deliver to us. We need to be seeking the greatness and the goodness of the Most High God. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Let me go to Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17. It's a classic precept, but this is the thing that we have done and continue to do. All right. This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17. It says, as for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. So we watching, we listening, we trying to emulate, trying to be just like them, trying to vote, speak, dress just like the enemy, thinking that if we do these things, they were going to be able to help us, help save us in the save us out of the traditions or the situation that we in right now. Not realizing or truly understanding that they are the same ones who put us in the situation that we in. You know, they put us in neighborhoods that are impoverished. So we think by voting for them and speaking a language that we gonna not be impoverished. It was their plan from the get-go. You know, for us to give us better education, they are the ones who divided the education, who determine who gets what. You know, and they say whoever got the gold, write the ticket, makes the laws. They in rulership. The brother just brought it out in Job 9:24 that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So why would we expect them to do justly by us? It's not in their nature. It's not how the Most High set it up. But we here in this land or all around the world thinking if we speak like them, talk like them, dress like them, date them, that, hey, we're going to be saved. We're going to be living the good life. The Lord said we watching for a nation that cannot save us. They can't help us. Don't matter how we feel or think, they can't help us. You know? So it don't matter how many programs they put in place. It's not helping our cause. Yeah, we might be able to go to school with them and get a degree. That's not helping us as a nation. We might be able to work in the same buildings with them. That's not helping our nation. You know, might be able to have a house over here, over there. That's not helping us as a nation. We still don't have our own land. We still don't know our language. We still don't know our heritage as a people. So while we trying to be and speak and emulate these other nations, it ain't gonna save us. That's what our people need to understand. But they keep putting these policies in place, making a back door so they can do what the hell they want to do, or loopholes as we know. They got loopholes and everything, but they put them in place so that they can do what they want to. But we steady trusting in them when the Lord tell us not to. All right. So from there, we're going to switch shifts, or we're going to switch gears, I put it that way, and we're going to go into dealing with Black Friday, since that what today was, and a lot of people went out spending their hard-earned money, tearing the stores up, making places like Walmart rich.
Hey,
and a lot of different places in this society or all around the world. Excuse me.
hey, brother, and let me say this about Black Friday and Christmas and Thanksgiving, and I'm gonna let you have it right back. If you notice, when we go to the store and we see our people shopping on these holidays, they spending money, but they looking sad as hell.
Damn.
Why they doing it? They not in the store shopping with a smile on their face. They in the store shopping looking mad and confused, like I'm spending money that I really don't have, but I got to spend it. That's the expression that they have on their face. You don't see how people now spending money, smiling and joking with the rest of their family. Anything they finna knock the hell out one of the children they with that's with them. But when you look at the enemy in the store on those holidays, they happy and cheerful and gleeful, being with, like they said, shopping with glee, smiles on their faces. Our people don't have smiles on their faces when they in these stores shopping, because they spending money what they know they don't have, but they feel like they got to take part in these holidays.
Right.
They know they going to buy this flat screen TV, but they spending their light bill money to get it.
Damn. Wow. And to think, before this truth, we was caught up in that madness. You know what I'm saying? We opening up layaways and the beginning of October. We paying for this madness.
Right.
3 months in advance, buying gifts, all of this just to follow traditions, customs that we have had no understanding about. You know, don't even know what Black Friday stand for, where it came from, you know. But let's get a little understanding behind it, you know. All right. Let me see. It's big enough. We're gonna go through. This is an article that History Channel actually put together. Said, what's the real history of Black Friday? The retail bonanza known as Black Friday is now an integral part of many Thanksgiving celebrations, but this holiday tradition has darker roots than you might imagine. All right. Said the first recorded use of the term Black Friday was applied not to post-Thanksgiving holiday shopping, but to financial crisis, specifically the crash of the U.S. gold market in September of 1869. Two notoriously ruthless Wall Street financiers, Jay Gould and Jim Fisk, worked together to buy up as much as they could of the nation's gold, hoping to drop the price sky high or drive the price sky high and sell it for an astonishing profit. All right. On that Friday in September, the conspiracy finally unraveled, sending the stock market into a free fall and bankrupting everyone from Wall Street barons to farmers. Berenstain Farm, excuse me. All right. The most commonly repeated story behind the Thanksgiving shopping related Black Friday tradition links to its retailers. As the story goes, after an entire year operating at a loss, stores would supposedly earn a profit, went into the black on the day after Thanksgiving because holiday shoppers blew so much money on discounted merchandise. Though it's true that retail companies used to record losses in red and profits in black when doing their accounting, this version of Black Friday's origin is the officially sanctioned but inaccurate story behind the tradition. All right, let's keep going. It says in recent years, another myth has surfaced. It says myth, keep that in mind, has surfaced that gives a particularly ugly twist to the tradition, claiming that back in the 1800s, Southern plantation owners could buy enslaved workers at a discount on the day after Thanksgiving. Though this version of Black Friday's roots has understandably led some to call for a boycott of the retail holiday, it has no basis in fact. Now, that's one of the methods, again, of them trying to hide the truth. All right, calling it a myth for one. But let me go and pull this quick video up. Let me see. All right.
Days of slavery. The African American slaves would cook up a nice Thanksgiving turkey meal for their masters and entertain them throughout the night. They would force the slaves to
Can you hear that?
their friends and family, who would then vote on which slave was the best entertainer and which was worst. The loser were then sold at auction the next day, which they called Black Friday. The slave purchasers knew the day following Thanksgiving there would be an auction, so that go prepared for the sale.
It's kind of low.
Every morning,
Yeah, it is.
the first one in line.
All right, so the basis of this video is it's showing how on Thanksgiving they would take a lot of the slave and would have them to fight off or compete against each other. And whoever lost would be sold at a discount the very next day, which would be the origin of the so-called Black Friday. As to what that article was speaking about, it's actually other documentation that proves that what they were claiming to be a myth actually happened. You know, so they would have our brothers and sisters fight, and whoever lost would be sold at a discount. And then you would have slave masters lining up the same way we was lining up in the world to get into these stores as soon as they open on Black Friday to get the deal. Be the first one to get the deal or the first one to be able to buy the slave, you know, at a discounted price. So while they claim it to be a myth, it's actual facts that base or prove it otherwise. All right. Let's see. Another thing is, as my brother Leonidas was pointing out earlier, was the fact that Black Friday used to be just on Friday, but they actually extended it from Friday to Monday, you know what I'm saying? Or they'll have it for a whole month majority of the time. But in their quest to do so from Friday to Monday, what is that doing? That's leading and going all the way over into the Sabbath, having our people to break the Sabbath as well, to continue blowing their money to go get these gifts to make these corporate entities rich, you know. But another fact that goes into this Black Friday thing is something that a lot of our people don't consider or even know about, which is called the Day of Mourning. All right. I know we didn't spoke about it beforehand, but we got to keep bringing this truth to the forefront to let our brothers and sisters know what's going on in this world. Because these things will not be publicized, promoted to everyone so that they would be able to understand. But you got your National Day of Mourning. All right. The National Day of Mourning is an annual demonstration held on the fourth Thursday in November that aims to educate the public about Native Americans in the United States. That's some Wikipedia stuff. Let me go back right quick. I had a video. Where is it? I just use this. I play it. Bear with me right quick, Israel.
Did you celebrate Thanksgiving today? Well, in Plymouth, Massachusetts, the Red Nation attended the 55th Annual National Day of Mourning by United American Indians of New England. Indigenous people and organizations of New England and the American Indian Movement protested at the settler colonial monuments of Mayflower II and Plymouth Rock, disrupting and disproving the myth of so-called Thanksgiving and providing a counter-narrative that cuts the myths of colonization right to the core. The event had Indigenous speakers from all parts of Turtle Island and even Palestine. The Red Nation also had the honor of speaking. Quote, "We are here at this 55th National Day of Mourning because those who were there in 1970 laid the liberatory groundwork for people like us, like you and your children, to show up to demand, witness, and speak truth. In the last year, we have seen how the settler colonial states manifest themselves. We have seen how mainstream media is used by the settler colonial states to justify, perpetuate, and then make invisible, yet again, a genocide in Palestine without consequence. We have seen how the truth is suppressed and how journalists are slaughtered by the dozens. Even they realize that the truth is our greatest weapon. Our power lies in our words. That is why this day is so important. The National Day of Mourning embodies an Indigenous counter-narrative that dissolves settler lies."
So just wanted to bring that out just to show that the same individuals who they or using that holiday to celebrate so-called Thanksgiving, they are not celebrating it. They are in a day of mourning, distress every day or every year when that celebration comes around. While you having other individuals out there celebrating and going and breaking their neck to get their cranberry sauce, these turkeys and hams, you got a whole what's the word I'm looking for? Well, you got a couple tribes of our people who are mourning. We should be mourning as well. But majority of our people, especially in this country, don't know what's going on, and they celebrating the massacre of our people. Celebrating it with joy and saying this is family time. You have been duped, beguiled by the serpent, tricked, bamboozled, hoodwinked to thinking that what you are doing, celebrating a feast day or a holiday that your enemy gives you for family time or work release. I put it that way. Only reason you're celebrating it because it's work release. He give you these days off, and this is when we decide to come together and eat abominable foods and don't even know why we do these things. We just do it to follow the customs of this world. But Yahushua, Christ told us, don't be deceived, don't follow the traditions of this world. I'm paraphrasing, but let me go to Colossians chapter 2, verse 8.
Hey, can I bring something out right fast?
Go ahead, King.
If y'all didn't catch it, in this video, they called the Native Americans the red man. You know, and they are not the red man.
Right.
Genesis 25 and 27, it said, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. Meaning he was able to deceive. And then what he had did to them, because they called themselves the red man. He has deceived them, putting their identity on the Native American. calling them red. They're not red. They're a lighter shade of brown people. But today they call themselves red, the red man.
That's right.
But they have to realize they are not the red man. The red man is Esau. His blood shows forth through his skin. But he want to put that on someone else.
That's right. We go to the book Colossians chapter 2, verse 8. It says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ. Christ was doing the same thing that we were supposed to be doing. Keeping the feast days that are listed as our heritage in the Bible. Passover, first fruits, Day of Atonement, blowing of the trumpets, Feast of Dedication. You know, he was keeping the feast days. He ain't keeping no damn Christmas. He ain't keeping no Thanksgiving. He ain't celebrating Black Friday. You know? That's why we trying to bring these classes out to wake our people up, to let them know that these good times that we think that we have, and they actually masking dark truths. That our enemy give us these days to celebrate wickedness and to make us go against what we supposed to be celebrating. He tell you celebrate, the Lord tell us to celebrate the Passover. We celebrate, your enemy tell you to celebrate Easter. You know, you say celebrate Feast of Dedication. Your enemy tell you celebrate Christmas. So your enemy got us thinking we are supposed to do what he's saying, the hell with what the Lord got to say. But at the same time, got you believing that you doing God's work, you know, that you are a true Christian, that you love God. Like the brother was bringing out, it very crafty, cunning, you know what I'm saying? To be able to change the mindset of a people to where they go against their God and follow after their enemy. The Lord said, beware, don't let no man destroy you, spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the traditions of men, after the ways of this world. The so-called Native American, the Gadites, the Reubenites, they saying the hell with that. This is a day of mourning. We ain't celebrating that. Even though they used them in the story. That they linked up with the pilgrims and helped them create a big feast, welcoming them. Nah, why are they mourning then? If it was a good thing, why are they mourning? Because they raped and robbed and stole the land from them. So Black Friday, Thanksgiving is a day of mourning. You know what I'm saying? It ain't good times. Even though our people have been tricked and beguiled to thinking it is. Nah, you really on work release. Your enemy gave you time off to be with your family to celebrate a day where he slaughtered your people. You know? So beware of that as well. You got something you want to add, King?
Yeah, I'm gonna just bring out this Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2. And it says, thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Then you drop down to 3. I'm just gonna give the top part of 3. It said, for the customs of the people are vain. Meaning, when it says the custom of the people are vain, meaning all these holidays and tradition, what they follow, they serve the Israelites no purpose. So if they serve us no purpose, why celebrate them? Like the brother was bringing out, celebrating Thanksgiving and all that, it serves us no purpose. Back when they were celebrating their Thanksgiving and their Independence Day, their 4th of July, we were still locked up in chains. We were no part of that tradition then while we were slaves. So all of a sudden, we're so-called free. We want to be part of those traditions now. Now, if we weren't part of the tradition then, we shouldn't want to be a part of the tradition now. Because they have nothing to do with us. But we fail to understand that. It's very hard for our people to realize that these traditions and customs have nothing to do with us. You know, it's
That's
kind
right.
of, when you, to be honest, it's kind of like looking at a white person celebrating Black History Month. It has nothing to do with them. And
Hey.
99.9 of white people don't do it, but 99.9 of black people celebrate their holidays.
Good point right there.
What you got?
I'm gonna get one, maybe two more precepts, and I'll be done. Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 30. And this precept actually goes over the whole class that we've been talking about, from the DEI to affirmative action to Thanksgiving to Black Friday. This is Isaiah. It's Isaiah 30, verse 1. It said, "Woe, meaning destruction to the rebellious children," talking about Israel, "saith the Lord, that taketh counsel." We take advice, we go get their understanding, we trust in them. That take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. So the Lord saying destruction will come to us when we go trying to seek out the ways of the heathen, take their counsel, learn their ways. We take all of that, but we don't seek the Lord. We don't seek his covering. We don't seek his understanding, his wisdom. But not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. So we chasing after the enemy who cannot save us, following after his ways, taking his counsel, going and getting his therapy, getting his degrees, his doctrine, and it ain't gonna do nothing to profit us. It's gonna add sin to sin. And we already know what comes through sin: death, chaos, destruction. So this is the thing that we must consider as a people. We have to turn from these wicked ways, regardless of how long we've been doing it, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, following the ways of this world. Hey, sometime it's gonna come a time in life when you're gonna have to pause, sit down, and realize, I've been doing this for this long. How has this benefited me? How is this bringing my family together? How is this changing the narrative? If I just keep following after my enemy, who I know is wicked and evil, how is this going to change anything? We got to realize destruction comes, and we being rebellious children by doing so. You know? But let me see. Is it anything else you want to add, King?
Not right off the top. Maybe in a second something come to me. But like we were saying, man, we got to get out of following behind these holidays and Black Friday and breaking our necks to participate in our enemy holidays. They don't do it in your face, but when they see us doing anything, they laughing at us. Like I said, 4th of July, Christmas, Thanksgiving. You got to think, 400 years ago, we watched them celebrate those things. We went happy. Our ancestors hated to see them celebrate them holidays because they wasn't a part of it. Christmas, you might have been a gift. They might have thrown some wrap around you and put a bow on top of your head and gave it to their brother or sister. You're a gift as a slave.
Right.
But
All right.
now you think you free, you want to participate and be a
Bring
part
it
of
out.
that. But some of them holidays, our people dread it. I think somewhere we were talked about one time, our people dreaded Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Because around about Christmas time, they knew they might be getting ready to lose somebody that they care a lot about, a daughter or a son, or a father or a mother, and they get shipped off to another plantation as a gift for Christmas. They dreaded
Right.
December 25th. Now we look forward to it. Now our children look forward to it. You think kids look forward to December 25th when we were in child slavery? They didn't look forward to it.
Mm.
It probably put butterflies in their stomach when December 1st hit, because they knew what was going on December 25th with these white people holidays.
That's
If
right. Let me get this last precept right quick. It's Isaiah chapter 55, start at 1. It says, "Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that have no money, come ye, buy and eat. Yea, come buy wine and milk without money and without price." So this is where the Lord is saying, hey, forget the ways of this world. I know you thirsting for understanding, for good doctrine. Come buy these things without money. Meaning come get this wisdom, knowledge, and understand, or knowledge, wisdom, and discernment. It ain't nothing you got to pay for. You just got to be focused and diligent. This is what we should be buying on instead of Black Friday and Thanksgiving and Christmas. Buying this wisdom, knowledge, and discernment by studying and applying for this main purpose right here. Verse 6. It says, "Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near." We got to seek the Lord while we got the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? We as a nation have to seek the Lord, not Black Friday deals. Not turkey and cranberry sauce and stuffing. No, we need to be seeking the Lord while he may be found, while we are able, while we got this understanding. Seek the Lord and call ye upon him while he is near. You know, this is not our rest. This is holiday, Thanksgiving and Black Friday is nothing that we as a people should be celebrating. It's a tradition of murdering, the debauchery, the destruction of our people, our brothers and sisters. We should not be celebrating, and we know it. Everybody knows the story, but we just want to eat fat, sit back and watch damn football. We got to seek the Lord while he may be found. It said, "Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our God, for he will abundantly pardon." So we got to return unto the Lord, forsake the ways of this world. Damn what tradition tell you, do what's right. Do what your spirit is telling you to do.
That's right.
But on that note, that's all I got. It's been another Sabbath class. I'm your brother Ananias.
Brother Ezekiel.
And we are A.O.I, the Awakening of Israel. And this class is called Good Times, Master Dark Truths. And Lord willing, everybody learn something tonight. You know what I'm saying? But we appreciate everybody tuning in, as always. If you haven't already done so, like, comment, subscribe, ask your questions, reach out to us if need be. You know what I'm saying? Get some more understanding and find a way to connect with us. But we appreciate everybody tuning in nonetheless. But on that note, say shalom, shalom, peace and greetings to you all, and we out.